Alright, it's Al, down here at Al's Drum School. I recently had a student come to me complaining of pain in his hands and in his wrists, and I wanted to make a little video for him and for you guys, sharing some stretches that I've used over the years, not only as a warm-up but kind of as a preventative measure for pain as well, and trying to keep my hands sort of limber and loose. Of course, we dived into what's happening within his technique, looked at stuff that's already there, things we can implement or change and move things around a little bit, started talking about bringing in molar technique as well. But alongside that, I like to use physical stretches. You know, drumming is very physical, and I think it's important to keep our body limber, especially as we start to get a little bit older. So I'm going to show you 3 stretches today that are going to really help loosen up those hands and those wrists and get things moving a little bit. Now, with these stretches, it's important to go super slow. You don't want to push too hard. Pushing too hard could result in the opposite effect and end up actually causing more pain. So go super slow, nice and easy. You know where your threshold is and work to that. Please do not overstretch. And for the record, I'm not a physiotherapist, I'm not a doctor, I'm nothing like that. I'm not a health professional. This is just something that's helped me along my journey and through the years, and I wanted to share that with you all. So stretch number 1. Stretch number 1 is pretty straightforward. We take each of our fingers on both hands, and we just I like to just ease it back a little bit like this. So you can kind of spread that gap, push that finger back. You can do it like this if you want as well. The reason I don't actually like to do this one is because I can go a little bit heavy with it. So I tend to sort of just press each finger out a little bit like that, so you can see each finger's getting a good stretch. And then of course the thumb as well. Line that up so you can see that, and then kind of just pull that thumb back. So that stretch number 1 is just pushing each individual finger back like that till you feel a nice stretch, including your thumb as well. Give that a good stretch. Stretch number 2. Now stretch number 2 is a little bit more sort of in depth, or it goes a little bit further. What I like to do is take each finger and cross it over the one next to it, and then kind of just hold it there for a second till it feels good. Go over the next one till that feels good, over the next one till that feels good. Now once you've gone all the way to one side, grab the other finger, or starting from the other side of your hand, and go back again. So you're stretching the opposite finger over the opposite one like that. That's stretch number 2, and of course do that on both of your hands. Stretch number 3. Stretch number 3 is to try and bring a little bit of movement into the wrist, and I got this actually from a yogic practice from one of my yoga teachers. So it's, you kind of grab your wrist like this, not super tight of course, just to sort of keep your wrist in a solid place, and you move and roll your fist around like this. Now you can actually probably hear a few of the little clicks and pops. That's kind of a good thing. That's what I was taught. You want to get that movement, again, not so it's causing pain or like cracking any bones, definitely don't want that, but feeling that movement in that joint and creating that space. So a nice firm grip on your wrist, and spin your fist around both ways like this, and of course on the other hand as well, spinning that round like that. There you go. I'm going to give you a bonus one. I know I said there's 3, I'm going to do 4. So this one is a whole hand stretch and into the wrist as well. So you want to pull back on your hand like that. Again, go to your limit. Once you've done it back that way, pull it back down the ways as well. Same on the opposite hand. Stretch that right back, all 4 fingers, and then stretching it all the way back down like that. Now, introducing this into certainly your pre-gig warm-up, for me has been essential. It's something I actually like to do. I'd say I do this every day. I kind of, if I find myself with a couple of minutes, it's not a huge amount of effort. You can do it sitting down, it doesn't take long. Spend 5 minutes doing that each day, and that will definitely start to loosen up your hands, limber up those joints and those ligaments, and hopefully keep pain out of your life. We don't want pain when we're playing the drums. We want it to be easy and free. Hope those help. Hit me up with any questions or thoughts you've got, and I'll see you in the next one.